Resonance presents an imaginative day of artist expression, April 18th, starting at 3 p.m. Enjoy Louisiana artists and musicians like Damon Batiste. This is a 21 and up event. General admission is $50 with tables available for purchase. Come experience the culture.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, Central Louisiana. I'm Jack, and this is a special edition of Let's Talk Show here on UrbanCast. Tonight's conversation is made possible by our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance. We appreciate their continued commitment to supporting meaningful conversations in our community. Right now, we're focused on having conversations around art, and particularly the Resonance Cultural Arts Initiative inaugural cultural arts show happening on Saturday, April the 18th at the Lagniappe Theatre here in Alexandria. The doors are going to open at 3 p.m. The show starts at 4, and it's going to feature a buffet of various forms of art. And that's what's going to be the evening, that whole entire evening. We're continuing our series tonight with the full lineup of this event. And tonight we're going to be talking to Nicolas. I'm going to say we're going to be talking to Nicolas, a portrait artist originally from the Republic of the Congo. If you're watching live and if you have some questions about our comments about anything that we might be able to bring into the conversation, just put it in the comments, and I'll be watching them as we go through the show. Nicolas, I definitely want to welcome you to the show tonight, and I'll go ahead and get started by allowing you to introduce yourself, bro.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. My name is Nicolas Mayanguila. Originally from the Republic of Congo, but I've been in the United States for quite some times now, to be able to experience some culture and also to meet some great people around. So far, it's been good.
So, Nicolas, take us back to your roots. You are originally from the Republic of the Congo. How has that shaped who you are today?
To be honest, not very much because always I'm around my family, so that's a good reminder for me to always know where I come from and our culture and all that stuff. But definitely been open and adjusted to the ways things are in America, and even from different states as well too. From Louisiana, been to Georgia as well too. So I've been learning a lot, been introduced to some amazing food that I met along the way so far that have, introduced me to the Louisiana culture. And also been eating some crawfish, so definitely need to have that back home.
I mean, you've been here for a minute because you called it crawfish. You didn't say no.
Right, exactly.
You didn't say crayfish.
Exactly.
You mentioned soccer brings chaos and art brings peace. Can you explain what that means for you personally?
Well, I love soccer. It's one of the things that I enjoy to do. I enjoy playing. I enjoy coaching soccer. If I'm not in the art, if I'm not doing art, I'm definitely uh, doing some soccer or coaching soccer somewhere, or playing soccer somewhere. So the reason why I said that is because when you go more into soccer, the development part of it, it's you have people, the pieces are moving together. When you're coaching kids, for example, you watch them grow. They all grow differently, and some grow fast, some grow slow. But when you're coaching and you're on the board, you're moving the pieces, you can actually see it. It's a little bit, it can get a little bit there. But then the art side bring the piece of it to where I'm more calm as a person, and I can take my time, and once I put something on the board, it doesn't talk back to me, or it doesn't, or I can change it how I want it, and also just have that canvas where for the chaos part and the coaching, it's you never know what to get from a kid or from a player or even myself when I'm playing. My moods and tensions are very different.
Just out of curiosity, where are you coaching soccer at here?
Currently, I'm coaching at Red River over there,
Oh, okay.
in Pineville, and also we'll be starting at Alexandria Middle Magnet very soon.
Okay. All right. When did you first realize art was something you wanted to pursue seriously?
Since I was young, it's always something that has brought me that patience. After after dealing with some life events on the field or off the field, I
Hmm.
always go back to my drawing. Where I can sit there. It's almost like therapeutic, where I can actually sit with my thoughts and put on the board and just kind of see that tranquility in me.
I hear you. You've been focusing on portrait art. What draws you to capturing people? And I mean, before the show, we went through some of the pieces that you're working on, and it's interesting that it's
So,
interesting that you were ready to show it off at that time as well.
yes, I um I enjoy my work, and of course, for an artist, you never really know when to stop.
Mhm.
You always think of, okay, what else can I add? What can I add? So but you get feedback from people. It's like, oh, okay, that's really good. And then you're like, all right, maybe I need to stop here from there. But uh, yeah, people are very. I think people are very interesting. Just like I said before, we're all we're all very unique in our ways, and we all go through things. I don't know exactly what everybody goes through, but
Mhm.
with the portrait, it gives me time a little bit to get to know the person.
Mhm.
For me, if you don't mind me showing one of the work.
Yeah, go right ahead on, man.
So for me, it's I'll show one of these. For me, it's more. This is Mr. Bean,
Hmm.
funniest guy. If you some people know him, watch the show. So for me, it's more of you see it, but then you want to bring something that tells you about the person. Something that they like, for example,
Hmm.
or what can you see once you just look at the face? What how does it make you feel and all that stuff?
Hmm.
And that's really what I like to do portraits, and like to learn about people. Because I believe that everybody have a story to share,
Hmm.
uh, good and bad, and that sometimes just listening to someone can means a whole lot to something, um, and also hearing other people voices also can help somebody get through to life. So I try to focus. I really try to focus my portrait on also telling the story, being able to share, and also hopefully that it can connect with somebody,
Hmm.
a group of people. That would be awesome too.
Well, let me ask you this. So when you are sitting there and you're working with somebody to come up with one of these pieces or whatever, how do you connect when you're sitting down and having a conversation with them, what tools are you using to connect the story and then tie that into the way you're going to approach that drawing?
Yes. So I basically, it's almost the same as we're doing here, as the same work as you do. So,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see it, for example, of this picture where she's an artist. She enjoys to do um, shows and, into movies. And she's also from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So, the circle rounds that represent Mardi Gras beans,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at it. And she's also a very creative person. So, just from knowing that about her, about this person,
Mm-hmm.
I go and then I'm like, okay, let me put in different colors. Let me add an Louisiana style to it. Let me bring something that would speak about who they are, and you know, then also ask them questions on what they like. How would they feel, how they feel about certain situations, and just kind of connecting from there. And then from there, I'll go in my portraits and sketch, and then make a final piece.
Oh, wow, wow. You're talking about discovering uh, who 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 we truly are.
Yes.
How does that? How does your art help people reflect on just that very thing, who they
Yeah.
are?
For kids, a open their eyes to see that I can also do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's from the development age. That's what I like to see from kids,
Mm-hmm.
where I want to encourage them, like, hey, you can also open your imagination. You can also be creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that for an adult age, it would, give them, like, for myself, I use it to calm myself. So maybe it can open that door there as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Or simply maybe it can just be a piece where they can just, for people that like to buy art and, invest or just be curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
They could just be a piece that will bring them something valuable to their life. And I think when it's also self portrait, uh, you want to see, it's like a mirror almost, like you want to see who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But to really, to say all this is like it takes time also
Right.
to find, who you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
And like I got to this level, it's amazing that I can do these things. But I still remember the days when I started, and I was drawing the stakes. uh and in those moments you're like, okay, maybe I'm not good at this. uh you kind of question yourself along the way.
Uh-huh.
Um but as long you keep going, as long you're trying to try, you try a new thing, new style, then eventually you're gonna find, okay, this is working for me, this is not working for me. uh and you're gonna find something that's gonna make your heart feel good about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully ultimately in the long run it's something that you want to do for long term.
Let me ask you this question here. What have you learned about people through your work as
Ooh.
a portrait artist?
That could be a whole list, man.
That would just that could be a whole list. Well, before you
Oh,
answer that, the one thing I want to say right here before we go on, we sit down and our first guest that's a part of the lineup was
yes.
Chef Brett, and as he was talking about cooking, it was almost, and when you think about cooking and all that kind of
Yes.
being you know the thing when he started talking about the various seasonings and all of that kind of good stuff,
Yes.
it
Yes.
it, it I now I'm beginning to see the correlation between it all. Jay, when she was talking about she's putting the spoken word together and all that
Right.
kind of good stuff. I just went off on a tangent. I wasn't supposed to do that. Go ahead, man.
Yes. But that's true. That's true. All those things. It's creative, and you're also helping people. And I think that that's a good feeling to have, and something good to do.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, sorry, what was the question again?
That question was, what have you learned about people
Oh
through?
yes, yes, yes. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people.
All right, big one. That's a big question. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm gonna let you get off of it.
but from the art, meeting people, having conversation with people, you get to. I've met people from different ways of life, um, and I'm nobody to really judge
Mhm,
people, but I just try to be there as a brother, as much as I can
mhm,
to be to the people that come my way.
mhm,
And also you hear those stories. You know, you have all the people that have a start off good, have a great life, and you have all the people that come from a struggle background, and then you also have those that are in the middle.
mhm,
Um, so for me to judge them the first time, it's kind of very hard for me to do as an artist because I
mhm,
would like to listen to somebody,
mhm,
listen first, and then from there I can make my judgment whether I want to keep the person close or not.
mhm.
But ultimately, I just know that everybody deserves to be, everybody has a voice, um, and that we should all try to bring good into the community. Whether you come from a good background or struggling background, I think it doesn't truly matter because mentally we all go through something.
Same thing. And you talk about that, but how important it is for young people to explore their creativity and their identity through the arts, man.
So important, especially at a young age. One thing that I always say whenever I'm even coaching the kids is, when you learn something from a young age, you learn that for life.
Mm,
Uh,
mhm,
and you know, if if a kid is able to express himself, especially at a young age where they're allowed to make mistakes,
mhm,
um, I think that's a very good thing for a kid to have. If you start young, maybe by the time you get to in your high school or going to senior, where you can finally actually say like, okay, this is really what I want to go,
mhm,
do in college. Um, and yeah, very, very, it's very. I'm very big on exploring, exploring your imagination and invest into your creativity. See how far you can take yourself,
mhm.
and how creative you can be, And when you see that from your eyes, it opens so many doors,
Wow.
so many ideas too.
Right. Wow. You're part of the lineup that includes music, spoken word, dance, um, culinary art. What does it mean to you to bring visual art into that buffet that we're getting ready to go to? That evening is going to be, that's. I don't know if y'all get mad at me when I say that or not, but I say this is one evening to go experience quite a few different forms of art.
Yes,
And
most definitely.
mm-hmm,
Yes, it's amazing. I think Takia, she's putting up this amazing show, which I'm very grateful to be part of.
mm-hmm,
Uh, and I know it's a goal and a vision that she wants to bring in as well too. And to be part of it, it really means something a lot
mm-hmm,
to me.
mm-hmm,
Um, and also just to have to encourage we talk a lot about being creative, to encourage that in the community is a good
mm-hmm,
thing. I think with everything that's going on,
mm-hmm.
we all deserve a moment where we can, I don't know, maybe share some words, enjoy a little bit of fun, and listen some good music, eat some good food, and just see some good things.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. What can people expect from your work at the event? Uh,
I'm planning on doing. live portraits at the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll also be, sitting there and offering quick drawings, almost like you're going down on the street. And then you have those guys that sit there like, hey, can I do a little
Mm-hmm.
art for you?
Mm-hmm.
So that, and also showcase my work. And we'll be doing a live session as well too for the whole group to
Mm-hmm.
be there. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be amazing. I'm very excited for that.
Wow, 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 wow. And how do you as you are doing your presentation, what's going to be the engagement piece? How are you going to immerse us into that conversation?
That's a very good question. I think we're still
Uh-oh.
working on that.
Work-
I think I think we're still working on that. It's more of, something that has to be a surprise to the
oh.
audience. Uh, so, you know, I would encourage everyone to come and see it, because I can definitely say that would be good. I can
It'll be
definitely
good.
say that.
Okay.
Uh, but it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. You see, my job is to try to get to pull that out of you. I've been
I
trying
got
to
you.
get all of y'all, and so I think Jay last week, she, I'd asked her if she was going to do a little bit of spoken word as a part of the interview, and she said I set her up, and she had to just flow right into some a train of thought there, and
Right. I got you. Yes. It's almost, yeah. I
yeah.
would, you know, I would definitely showcase it after the show.
You mentioned waiting and unity and helping people discover their uniqueness. Why is that message important right now, specifically in our community,
Yes.
and specifically in our community?
Yes. Unity. In in the coaching world, you see that, when you work together as a team, uh, good things come. Right.
Mhm.
Either, I think that if, as people as we are, if you try to do something by yourself, you know, whether it's sports or, whatever you want to do personally, it can be tough. This is why we have family.
Mhm.
This is why, we have friends and stuff. It's good, God willing, it's good friends.
Mhm.
But and that's the whole thing about being united, is just to have people on your side that, will make sure the that you're also good, that you're okay,
Mhm.
that can help you along the way. You can learn something from. We all have, like I said, we all have something to share. We all, you know something,
Mhm.
um, and everybody, life is huge. It's a huge thing. I'm still learning. I know for sure. This is why I have my mentors around me that help me.
Mhm.
And I know that as I'm growing, there's also more to learn. So, that's part about being united, is,
Mhm.
you can learn something from each other and help each other grow. Um, and this is something that I want to inspire with my art and with my coaching with soccer.
Mhm.
Um, and I know it's not something that can be easily done.
Mhm.
Um, but the I'll keep my hopes up and to see it, hopefully until I die.
I hear you. Tell us a little bit about where you are right now.
Yes, I'm currently at Miss Etta Dixon studio,
Uh-huh.
which, and talking about that unity, she keeps me in check as well too. She taught me my art, and when I have questions, I go and ask her, and she helps me out to the details. And sometime when I finish my piece, we'll just sit there and just look at it,
Mhm.
and we'll go like, hey, maybe we didn't put, lightning here, or maybe we need to add a little bit of color here.
Mhm.
uh and she's been my mentor ever since. And she's almost like a mother to me. And I'm very grateful and thankful to be in her present.
Yeah, that was interesting. We had an opportunity to. I had an opportunity to rekindle with Miss
Yes.
Dixon when we came on board, because I'm gonna tell folk right now. I picked up my He Ain't Heaven and my Tuskegee Airmen portraits from Miss Dixon almost 40 years ago. It's been a minute. She said it's been.
Right. Yes, yes.
I'll say
There's a
30
many
years
support.
ago, probably 30 years, more like 30 years ago, but a couple of decades ago anyway. But you
Right,
were
yes.
but you were there with Miss Dixon, so you have a good mentor there, that's for sure.
Definitely, going through the professional routes, she definitely teaches me a lot.
Hmm.
And known by a lot of people as well to help a lot of people. Sometimes when she still offer classes, and sometimes when I come in, we're all sitting here and talking, and again, that's more of that unity there. What it can, when I see her doing that, I'm like, okay, this is what art can do.
Hmm.
uh and it's inspiring. So I'm praying that I will also do the same.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. What do you hope people take away from the event from a holistic standpoint on Saturday the 18th?
Yes, it's gonna be amazing from the list that we have lined up.
Hmm.
The music, it's gonna be a wonderful time. So I encourage everyone to come and spend some time and then get to know um, the people around the community, get to
Hmm.
know get to know myself, get to know the people around, the artists, if you
Hmm.
haven't met them. The guys, I believe we have some guys that are coming out of town.
Hmm.
So that's a good thing to see, and then also to hear stories. I know, you say you talk to the chef. So there's gonna be some good food.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of activities for you, to be active the whole night.
Hmm. Hmm. And if somebody is kind of like on the on the fence about getting ready to thinking about coming, what would you say to them? And just go ahead and sell them and say, "Come on out here."
Yes, that's exactly what I tell them. Just, look, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna
Uh-huh.
miss out something wonderful happening. So come see it for yourself. Come experience it. Then you can also share it for yourself from your own story. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, come. Let's have a good time. Laissez le bon temps rouler. C'est comme on dit ça, non?
You
Ouais.
gonna add a little French in there, a little French in there. Go ahead. I'm not gonna
Louisiana,
try
we
to keep
have
up
to.
with you.
Right. Yeah. That's another thing. I was told that, Louisiana speaks French,
Hmm.
which when I came, it ended up being Cajun French.
Hmm.
So I pick up a little bit, but to completely understand it, that's something else I'm working on.
And so, what is the native language of the Congo?
The official language is French, and then you
It's
have,
French.
yes. So, business school, you have to speak French, and then you have other native languages, in there, Lingala, another language.
Okay. All right. All right. Before we get out of here, Nicholas, is there anything else that you would like to say to to our audience out here before we go?
Yes, I'm very grateful for Mr. Jack also to have us here on the show promoting the art. This is amazing for Tequila for putting all these things together.
Mhm.
Um, I've told her as well too, and expressing it now again that this is gonna be amazing. I can feel it, and I'm very happy to be part of it,
Mhm.
and I want to share my artwork with other artists, and also inspire people to do the same, and to just be united.
I hear you. I hear you. But listen, Nicholas, we appreciate you joining us tonight and sharing your story and your vision with the community. Again, the rest of this cultural arts initiative, inaugural cultural arts show is going to take place on Saturday, April the 18th at the Lagniappe Theatre here in Alexandria. The doors are going to open at 3 p.m. The show begins at 4 p.m. and it concludes around 9 that evening. The tickets are $50 per person, but it's going to be an evening of tons of different forms of art. So if you're looking for something to do, you don't really have to go out of town. You can really do it right here in the community. We also want to acknowledge the sponsors of the event: VLP Alliance, the Greater Alexandria Economic Development Authority, the New Orleans South African Connection. I had a good conversation with Damon, I think it was Monday night, and 6 Feet Above. To our viewers, we definitely want to say thank you for your continuing support, UrbanCast, and of UrbanCast, and being a part of this growing community. A special thank you to our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance, and our business partners, Sadler's Towing, Long's Products, Legendary Kung Fu and Tai Chi, Nader International Market, The Threadhead, Embroidery, Elegance, Beauty Supply, and O'Mel's Farm. Until next time, we'll see you again. I think we got one more artist to kind of interview, and I think that's going to be kind of like maybe Monday or maybe this weekend sometime. And then we're just going to be getting ready for the show on Saturday next weekend. Again, Nicolas, thank you so much for joining us tonight to talk about this.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. If you guys can if you would hang in there, Nicolas, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
Yes, sir.
Resonance presents an imaginative day of artist expression, April 18th, starting at 3 p.m. Enjoy Louisiana artists and musicians like Damon Batiste. This is a 21 and up event. General admission is $50 with tables available for purchase. Come experience the culture.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.